Okay, Jim, where to start? What an absolute fantastic result here this afternoon.
I think this will surprise a lot of people. I didn't know what would happen because I wasn't sure what the travel and everything what kind of effect that would have on, but it was a magnificent performance. I mean what summed us up really is that you go behind 1-0 and then bang, we were still positive and aggressive with the ball. We worked really hard out of possession and we took the game to them and got 2 great goals. And I think if you think about the chances we had in the first half, we had some brilliant chances to at least work the keeper and make it 3 or even 4. But really pleased with the effort first half. It was always going to be dangerous second half because one of the things we've talked about when we played South Shields last time is that we looked like we faded and their full-time fitness and their subs made a difference. And I've been saying about us that when I came in, there was concerns about the overall fitness of the group, whether the bench was strong enough to come on and make us 14 really good players, and whether the mentality was there. But all those questions have been answered today.
Would you say that first half performance is the best half that you've had since you've been in charge here?
I find it hard in my old memory to find a performance. I was really pleased with the Nantwich away because that was one of my first games. I thought we were very professional. We went 2-0 up in that game. I was really pleased with Stafford, but when you consider the opposition and the challenges of the travel and everything, that for us to, no matter how we played, to be 2-1 up would be a great outcome, and the result would have been a great measure of the performance in the first half. But the way that we played and the fact that we stuck to our shape and we played quite aggressively, really aggressively defensively when we needed to, and really aggressive when I talk about physical aggression, we're talking about working really hard to get into good positions, but then being brave enough to break off our shape and use our energy and our effort to go and create opportunities. And I could have been more pleased in terms of what I've seen first half. And it's very easy to come in at half time and say same again second half, but we expected them to change. We expect them to be maybe bigger in their shape, make more runs. I felt we would get more opportunities on the counter-attack as they took chances, but we didn't look like we were fit enough to take those opportunities, but we certainly were manly and strong enough to keep them at bay.
Jonah Mitchell again continues his good form. I thought he was absolutely brilliant in that first half.
Yeah, he worked really hard. The only thing that I would ask him to do is just be not composure, but like just trust yourself a little bit more when you get in that final third and you've got the keeper or the goalkeeper or the last defender, rather than snatching and shooting the goal, because he could have got more goals today because he worked really hard to create openings in the final third for himself. And I just wish he'd shown that little bit more composure, because if he adds that to his game, he's going to be a superly dangerous player.
I mean, he run himself into the ground. I presume that's why he took him off around the hour mark.
We always felt that the front three in particular, when you play a shape like a 4-2-3-1, there's a lot of work for the 1 between the 2 centre halves. There's a lot of work for the 10 Liam Tongue between 2 holding midfielders, or to try and help the centre forward, because we used to have a saying at Stockport, Tommy Rowe was our Tommy 2 men, because he used to have to do 2 jobs, and Tommy's doing that because he's a 10 out possession and then a 9 in possession, so that we knew them 2 would have to work the socks off, but Jack Dyche, we're trying to get him up to 60 minutes. Pratty worked really hard, so it's nice for us to have people with the energy of Harry, Cristal and Sinead to come on and really keep the energy high in that W in midfield.
You took Tom Pratt off with about 15 minutes to go. Did he pick up an injury, or was it just because he'd done so much running?
No, I think he was really tired. I thought he looked really dangerous, because I don't think the right back caused a lot of problems going up the pitch. I thought they started second half a lot more aggressive. He was forced on the back foot. He was playing more in his own half. So the first change was really to say to Cristal, you act as a defender with some positive input on the attacking, but that allowed Pratty to sort of hang on the shoulder of the last defenders. But because we had Sinead, we always talked about perhaps playing, I don't know, a false 9 in Tongi, and if you like, playing 4-5-1 nothing out of possession, because I thought when we broke and when we extended, we seemed to stay in that shape, and I thought the changes just allowed us to have that mentality just to sink 10 or 15 yards, because look, Tungi's natural position is deeper and Sinead's position is deeper, and I think it paid off. And we had to make a few other little changes, like Sinead going to the holding mid-roll and putting Ed in, because we'd used our subs, and Ed looked like he was struggling with 8, who was voracious with his running, constant threat, constantly getting in the box, and it's surprising how dangerous their two attacking midfielders are. And if you lock onto them and match up with them, and ask your centre midfielders at times to be a holding midfielder to defend them, or at times to be a centre back when they become a centre forward, you nullify that threat. And I think the workout possession of the players like Cam and Ed and Sinead and Tungi and well, all of that was excellent. I thought the defenders only really had to, they didn't have to work as hard as the other lads, but again, I think that because we have Harry, Sinead and that, I think we don't have to overwork or risk injury to the likes of Jomana or Pratty, Tungi or Jack Dyche, people who are not playing full games. So I'm pleased that we've got them all minutes and they've all got another step in terms of the organisation, the quality, the fitness, the mentality. Our away record has been horrendous, apart from that 2-0 win at Nantwich.
That you managed to hold on in the second half and limit them to only a couple of chances from wide positions.
Yeah, they had threats. Maybe they didn't. A bit like us with Bradley with illness, they had JJ Hooper missing, perhaps with illness, and certain players can be quite important, but they've got the strength in depth, they've got the ability to, they've got the squad, so it's not just a full-time ability. I thought they've got players that can come on and look as good as the ones that have gone off. I think at the home game, I think their extra players and their intensity second half certainly showed the difference between a full-time side and us as a part-time side that have got lads training at a certain intensity. I think the work that myself, Nick, the staff have done, and the players, the effort they've put in the training on Tuesday and Thursday, just shows that a lot can be achieved in a part-time status. You know, whether that be physical, whether that be organisation, whether that be mentality, I think you can get a lot organised. And I would never use the excuse of being part-time as a reason for not being able to compete with full-time sides from my experience at Stockport. The challenge is, over the course of a season, full-time structures allow you a really well-funded staff, facilities give you an opportunity to be successful, and I'm sure they'll go on to have a very successful season. I'm as frustrated for them and their fans that they are already up when you consider that the leagues above are missing clubs. It's for me, it's a ridiculous situation to be in, to fight over promotion when clearly the leagues above need teams to go up. But they're on a journey. What we have to do now is just keep working really hard, not become complacent, realise what pays off for us, and keep working hard and take the next game, and hopefully we can continue to run goal, but only if we do everything that we've done in the last 4 games and we continue those good habits.
It's 4 wins in a row in all competitions. Are you now glad that you're starting to see your methods come through in the side after a difficult first couple of months?
I'm not. Somebody asked me about that, about my process, and it's not. People might want to give me credit, but if I can always say that what I try to do as a manager, and Nick tries to do, is create the environment for people to grow and become better. Whether that's little thoughts about organisation, the shape, what to do about possession, in possession, the extra bit of work you need to do in training. What we can do is create the environment. The credit has to go to the players that within that environment they're beginning to grow. Because I think 4 weeks ago there was a lot of people doubting our group, doubting our players, saying that maybe we need this player, maybe we need that player. We need. I think the one thing that any manager goes anywhere is that all you've got to do is try and create an environment where you maximise the potential of your players and get the best out of them. Or ask them, create the right scenario for them to get the best, and that's all I'm doing. And the credit, you can give credit to me and Nick and all the staff, but really credit to the players because they are giving their best and they are close. Well, I don't know, some of them have a bit more potential over time to become better, but I couldn't ask for much more from the players in the last 4 games, and so credit to them because they're the ones getting the results.
We've got about a 10-day break now before the Gainsborough game. Is it a case of getting lads on the training ground again?
Yeah, well, we'll just work really hard on the Tuesday, Thursday. We're not sure what we're going to do on Saturday. We've been trying to arrange a friendly against the team, maybe, because we've got some other players within the group that perhaps are not getting the minutes. But yeah, we've got a real opportunity to have I think Tuesday's a difficult one because I think there's going to be a lot of lads.
A lot of lads on the floor at the end of the game, won't
there? Yeah, cramp. But again, that's a measure of their fitness because I'd bet we've got the pods now. I'd imagine that we've got a lot of players on 10, 11, 12 kilometres. We've got a lot. It was quite a heavy pitch. It was quite an intense game. So we'll have a lot of lads play. So Nick might want, because we've got the 10 days, to concentrate maybe on Tuesday on recovery with some, and then with others that we work really hard. But I jokingly said to him that we're going to have a recovery day, a bit of head tennis and shooting for the forwards. But because that would have been the icing on the cake if we had the openings we created, that we could have took them, or at least work the keeper and see if he's any good. But no, it's a huge game. I know these 3 points will be used and moves us into a nice solid position, but we want to continue this good work. A tricky game on a Tuesday midweek, especially when it's arranged so quickly. The players have got to get time off work, another long journey. But I just hope that we can do everything right this next 10 days to make sure that we go there. And those fans that come, those are fans that haven't come today because they're not sure what they're going to see. At least our fans today, credit to them coming such a long journey. And we put on a show for them, and they've gone away proud to be Hyde United fans.
Cheers, Jim. Thank you.